Honey cakes, the crypto seas are rough out there, and that's why we sail on the Friendship. There are about 8 months to the halvening, the Bitcoin halvening. That's what we're waiting for. I don't know why crypto is the price it is, but to be honest, it's exactly where it should be. Because even though we're looking at positive fundamental news, bad fundamental news, and then you add them all up and you get the price today, when you think about it and you go back to the previous cycles, friends, so don't worry about today's prices by the time you see this, doesn't really matter. When you look back at the Mt. Gox Ponzi cycle, this square rectangle, we seem to have gone through this quiet period, and we're hoping that we get some sort of continuation upwards. Now, everybody's just going to do this fractal. Everybody's going to do this staircase to heaven pump. We're not getting that, friends. Trust me. I wish we were going to get that. We ain't getting that. Like, you are smoking some good stuff. If you really think Bitcoin's going to give you a 36x from here, give you a what? A $1 million Bitcoin. Not happening. Not happening. So we have to get smarter, wiser, friendlier. We have to get kinder too. So yeah, the Bitcoin halvening is coming. And of course, as a friendly reminder, in the Bitcoin halvening year, so I've got a vertical line here from the Bitcoin halvening. They are very pivotal moments. They are when, for some reason, there's a birth in the crypto industry, when there's more inventions. Someone invents a new tech. People just have a demand for making and buying tokens. They want tokens. They want new stuff. Ponzi's, scams, bring them all on. That's what everybody wants around this Bitcoin halvening time. It's a mystery. Why 4 years? Well, the business cycle's around 4 years. It tends to be around 5.5 years, but I guess crypto moves faster. We're in the digital economy now. So there's a lot of things out here, but don't worry about how or why, because you'll never get the answer. All that matters is Bitcoin halvening year is a tick of friendship. And there are some key issues that are going to appear as well. So we have Mr. Nixon Network saying, Bitcoin mining is about to become a lot more centralized. Satoshi would not approve. That's true, but really, we know the game. You've been listening to my channel. Thank you very much, friends. Like, subscribe, bell button, all. I appreciate every single one of you. We know the game. The government does not like when you mine Bitcoin here and then you go pay somebody for their hard labor of work. Okay, here is a little axe. They don't like that because that's what Bitcoin miners can do. So they're going to eventually try to strangle it. To strangle it, they got to get in first. They got to understand it first. And that's what they're doing right now. So that is the ultimate penalty for a fiat system. It's to allow a parallel financial network that doesn't have to use your system and that has more trust. It's Bitcoin's just a better money. That's why if more countries can get on board and start eating into the share of US of A, then it will put pressure. They're going to have to compete in another way, And it's not the end of the world. Like, for example, yes, we see cycles like this happening. Yes, 2021 happens. Michael Saylor, everybody's calling for infinite prices, and the government sits there twiddling their thumbs and they wait for the crash, or they help create themselves, right? All these sinister stuff can happen. But really, at the end of the day, it does not mean just because the price goes up, doesn't mean fiat's really dead. All that means is they got to take it more seriously. They just got to take crypto, Bitcoin, they got to take it more seriously. One way of taking it more seriously is they can just offer better tax rates for us citizens if we claim crypto or use crypto or pay in crypto. Maybe instead of like a 30% rate, maybe you get like 28%. You get what I mean? This is a giant move, right, in the grand scheme of things, in terms of trying to get everybody to be pushed in a certain direction. It's very easy to get humans to do this. And beyond the scope of the Bitcoin halvening, I'm looking for signs out there. So if you're going to make it in this game, and you will if you watch my channel, I'm not sending you any products, friends. Selling you nothing. I sell you nothing. You make your own decisions. You take financial risk. It's all responsibility. I sell you nothing. No leverage trading, none of this other stuff. Okay, open mind, open heart. The door's always open for you. I'm always on the lookout for the next game. What's the market trying to play? What's the meta? What are people trying to do? Can we participate? So what we just witnessed, even in these little poopy times, what we just witnessed, we got to see a lot of, we saw meme coins and hamster racing coins and all these little poopy coins, which is great. Unfortunately, it's literally PvP. They have 48-hour cycles. If you buy a day too late, it's over. We can't play that game. There's going to be more games to be played. I'm waiting for the next big one. We're trying to see the next big one, friends. So that's why I talk to you about the Bitcoin halvening. The Bitcoin halvening is part of the business cycle of crypto. It brings in more volumes. Look at FOMO Sapien, which is a great username, by the way. My friend Sami, do you think this halvening will bring more volumes? What if it doesn't? Good question. We don't know, but it always has. And it really has to, because you got to think, the halvening itself, by the way, the halvening, you have miners and warehouses and everybody who's DCA buys in their salary. That's why, friends, that's why Bitcoin is the greatest Ponzi cult in crypto. It really is. They demonstrated to everybody that you can, with enough effort, with enough kindness, with enough ice cubes in your tall glass of water, you can make a religion. You can train people, or if you want to use the words manipulate, or if you want to use the word groom, you can market to people, onboard them into the network effect with a 14-year history and get them to DCA part of their salary every single day, every single week, every single month. We can do that. That's what Bitcoin set the stage for everybody. That's why we're so thankful to Bitcoin. It really is the righteous one, the Genesis crypto. This will mean when the Bitcoin halvening comes, your demand is not going to be so wildly off track that a supply cut will probably bring volumes again. So if you just do a supply cut in a coin that nobody wants, who cares? But because Bitcoiners have trained everybody, you got to buy Bitcoin. It's going to $1 million. Because they've done that, everybody still DCA buys. And so instead of getting a big fat brick dumped, it's going to be halved. Now it's going to be half a brick. It's going to be this top part, this dotted part's going to be gone. Now it's only going to be half a brick. And you can actually calculate it after the halvening, less sell pressure. So for the foreseeable future, what we can see right now, there will be a volume burst, but it is going to be heavy. I'm not going to lie. It is not going to be flying anywhere near like the first example I showed you, where from the halvening, we're going to get a 36x on our Bitcoin. Even though probably people are going to call for that. We know, just be careful. Mr. Kuki Couture has said Blackrock just reversed on a recession. Money flow cometh. That is interesting to think about, because yes, the market participants, they're starting to get over the notion that a recession is coming. It will come again. We just don't know when. So, even Mr. Paul Sidon talking about it's not a good thing that, BlackRock is putting their bets of the recession off, because BlackRock itself, they just have one representative here. Who really knows what's going on? All we need to know are their actions. We don't know their real actions. And it's very hard to know where we're going. We're in the middle. When you're in extremes, that's where our edge is. That is actually contrarian investing. When you're in the middle here, you're playing momentum. All we can kind of do is assume that the thrust off the low has continued and we're going to keep going up. That's all we can do. We can kind of assume that. But there are no guarantees. And Mr. Hexrender said it best himself. It tells us no matter how smart we think we are, no one can ever really predict the masses' sentiment towards the market. 100% true. When we get to $75,000, $80,000, I am perfectly okay with witnessing everybody and giving you the truth until, I think people are in disbelief. I think we can go higher. Now, I might be wrong, but I'm just going to be reading the crowd. Look, I'm just telling you right now, friends. So many people are waiting for this zone to come back. So many people. I'm willing to. We're willing to see how many people are partying with their pants off. You got to think, man. Look at the emotions up here. Michael Saylor is finally 2x on side. He risked the whole company to go 2x on side at this point. El Salvador's no longer bankrupt. Think about all those emotions coming in. The Bitcoin ETF. Peter Schiff's son probably comes back. Spencer, young Spencer. Too many emotions are going to be here. There's too many people in now. You can feel it. I can feel it already. There's just going to be a lot of euphoria. A lot. They're going to be partying at 75 like Bitcoin has already hit 150. That's going to be the dangerous part. And even Mr. Aspiring Artist said, it's a double-edged sword now. We attracted big money while also attracting those who are happy for a 2x. Yes, that's just a sign of a mature market. They're willing to punt harder. So we can still make good money, but the window of inefficiencies gets smaller and smaller. You know, back in 2017, the whole inefficiency year was literally 12 months. That's how good it was. Well, I guess literally 12 months, bang. We don't get a 12-month run anymore. If you noticed, those bull run euphoria is getting shorter and shorter. From here, October to March, I mean, they're getting lower and lower and lower, 150 days. So they're halving, man. Who knows? Maybe the next one we only get 3 or 4 months. That's what's been happening. And friends, we're going to end with this very lovely comment from Witch Hunt X. Right. This is actually, I always say this. The markets don't care or do what you think. We have to wait for markets to come to us. That's exactly it. You know, we're sitting and we're waiting. That's all we can do, man. I get messages every single day. They go, you've lost it. I want to buy these coins. Like, firstly, sit down. You're still working a job. I get to talk to my friends every day, multiple times a day, mind you. So you got to learn. Most of the game is waiting and doing nothing. There's a time and a place to strike. It's not here yet. We're waiting. We will be able to feel it. I want to see Bitcoin. So people ask me, what do you want to see? Okay. I want to see Bitcoin on TV. I want to see people talking about it. I want to see an Ethereum ETF. I want to see new people joining. I want to see lawyers, nurses, firemen. I want to see different jobs coming in. I want to see another country adopt or talk about adopting. That's what I want to see. Whatever it is, okay? I just want to see media. I want to read about things. I want the universe to start sending us messages. It ain't sending us poop. It's going to start sending us messages. It has started to, but the market is not saying like, oh my God. Once the market starts partying with its pants off, we're going to know. That's what we're actually waiting for. Until that moment, we're going to stay put. I'm telling you, friends, go read Reminiscences of a Stock Operator. Go read any of the greatest stock market books. They all say the same thing. The most money is made in doing nothing. You are my friend. We're going to cherish this as long as it takes. Tell mom and dad we love and appreciate them. We're going to press our belly button today. Catch you in the next one.